Hey everyone, how's it going today? Hope you all are having an awesome day today. So today we are going to be starting to work towards Holmanite. Now there's quite a production chain for this. So let's take a look at this really quickly. So in order to do Holmanite, we are going to need we're going to need some pulverizers doing crushed Holmanite, and then we are going to need chemical plants. Geez, this is kind of insane. I don't know how we're going to get all these inputs and outputs into chemical plants, because we need 2 inputs plus 3 outputs. Not to mention we also need 1 fluid input for the hydrogen chloride, and we need 1 fluid output for the dirty Holmium water. So that's kind of nuts, actually. That's so many inputs and outputs. But okay, so it takes anion exchange beads and crushed Holmanite and hydrogen chloride to 25% of the time make what we need. That's kind of nuts. It makes 2 Holmium chloride a quarter of the time, and then half of the time it makes crushed Holmanite, and half of the time it makes anion exchange beads. And then it always makes some dirty Holmium water. So we have to process that as well. So this is going to get us out. We need anion exchange beads for this as well. And then it's going to give us stone 30% of the time, crushed Holmanite 10% of the time, and then it's going to give us back anion exchange beads 60% of the time. Goodness sakes. So these beads are used quite a lot here. And then after that, we are going to be able to take 5 Holmium chloride with 1 copper cable and make 10 Holmium powder. And that is done either in a centrifuge or a radiation facility. So that one's probably the easy one. And then we need pyroflux and Holmium powder to make molten Holmium. So we're going to have to figure that out as well. And then sand and molten Holmium gives you a Holmium ingot. And then, of course, same as all the others, 1 ingot gives you 10 Holmium plates. Now, the difficult part here is that if we come over here and we go to Keone, which is where our Holmium currently is, we, first of all, power is doing okay. And let's just check on this coal patch over here. Coal patch is doing all right. Not amazing, but not bad. I would like to make a nuclear reactor setup over there, just like we did on our other planet, Salamene. So we have this nuclear reactor here. It's making 1.5 gigawatts, and we're just shipping over the fuel cells and then shipping them back. We might need to do a little bit more for this other planet, because I don't think we go there quite as much. But we might be going there more now that we are going to be doing this. I also would like to set up a separate cargo rocket silo, because as much as I like this one is pretty much just set up for literally almost entirely cryonite rods. And not to mention, I think that it would be good to like have a rocket dedicated to Holmanite. I think we're going to need plenty of it. So that's another thing that we're going to have to do. But let's take a look at Factory Planner, and I haven't done this yet, so we can just do this really quickly. So if we do Holmanite, and let's say that all the other plates I've done have been targeted towards 900 a minute. Again, I think that that's maybe a little bit overkill, but not always. Okay, so Holmanite, there we go. Okay, and then we're going to do this in this. And we're going to do modules, level 2s, I guess. And beacons, we're going to do beacons everywhere as well. And then we're going to need to do Holmium ingots. And we'll do this recipe, molten Holmanite, Holmium powder, Holmium chloride. Oh my god. Oh wait, let's add beacons here. So very cool, you can copy and paste if you didn't know. Let's add, okay, we can add these modules here. And then this is going to be industrial furnaces. Can we, productivity? Yes, we can. So we'll productivity that, and we'll productivity this, and we'll productivity this. So we still need 50 chemical plants doing this, which is pretty nuts. And hydrogen chloride, like if we look at this, I think that we're definitely going to have to increase the amount of, yeah, what is this? Oh, okay, it's just a byproduct. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to increase our electrolysis plants, looks like. Although we can do some speed modeling and greatly reduce the number. But this is what we need, guys. And yeah, it's pretty nuts. So things like the water electrolysis, we can do this on the other planet because we will have plenty of sand in order to do that. We have so much sand over there that we don't know what to do with all of it. Although this is 5,000 sand a minute, which is kind of nuts. And this is only 180 sand a minute, which is a very small amount. But 5,000 sand is actually quite a lot. I don't know that we are able to do that. So we'll have to figure this part out. We might need to actually maybe do some delivery cannons with hydrogen chloride. But we're also going to have to ship over anion exchange beads, probably either in a new rocket or in a delivery cannon. So we have to figure that out. Same with pyroflux. We need to do the same. We don't have pyroflux over on that planet, so we have to figure out, are we going to do a delivery cannon, which I think makes some sense. We have plenty of power to do it. And then same with hydrogen chloride. So we have quite a few things that are needed for this process, and same with actually copper cable. We'll have to ship maybe copper plates over and turn them into copper cable because we do not have any copper on that planet that we're at least mining at the moment, and I don't really want to rely on that either. So we have quite a few things that we're going to need to ship over there. Obviously, we cannot ship holmium back, as I had noted before. It stacks in 20s. So even this giant warehouse, right? This warehouse is holding 10,000, right? If we look at this, oh wait, we need to do a little bit more actually too. We need to figure out all of this stuff as well. So let's do that. Let's change this to be a pulverizer. Can we productivity this? Yes, we can. Love to see that. And then this, we can speed module. Okay, we need 4,000 holmonite a minute, okay? And so this is gonna make roughly 4,000 holmonite, it looks like, makes 900 holmium plates, even with all the productivity modules and stuff that we have, which is kind of nuts. So this would make only like 1,800 plates, which is basically nothing. And we don't want to spend an entire rocket shipping back only 1,800 holmium plates. We want to ship back as many as possible. So we're going to have to do the processing here. And the question really is just how are we going to get what we need over here. And I haven't done too much exploring, but there's plenty of holmonite over here that we could start with, I think. So we're going to have to increase power. I kind of would like to do, I don't know if I should do a train, but probably, because this would be a long belt, let me tell you. I mean, this is already an incredibly long belt, and that's for one thing. So we need to do trains over there. We're going to need all of these buildings, right? We need filtration plants and pulverizers. Don't know if we're going to do the electrolysis and hydrogen chloride over there, but we're going to need all these chemical plants, centrifuges, industrial furnaces, casting machines, and we'll probably do the holmium plates unpacking back on Novice, but either way. So we need all of those buildings. We're going to need things to handle byproducts like all of this water. That's a lot of water. We're going to have logic to figure out all of the anion exchange beads, like going back into themselves, right? Because they're like an ingredient and a byproduct. So I'll have to figure that out. So there's a lot that we have to figure out for this process, actually, which is pretty incredible given that it's honestly a relatively simple process. But I am up in space right now, and I do not yet have a way to get back. So as soon as a rocket comes to pick me up, then I will grab a bunch of those items, and I will be ready to go, and that is where I'll pick you guys up. Okay, guys, so we are about ready to go. We have a ton of stuff here, and I'm actually going to throw some more belts and stuff in here, some more loaders in here. So we have uranium fuel cells, we have our solid rocket fuel, bunch of belts, we have a bunch of beacons, modules, chemical plants, pulverizers, casting machines, furnaces. We have enough rocket parts to make it back. And so I think that pretty much sums up everything, although we probably are going to need a bunch more pipes. Now that I'm thinking about it. Also, same with locomotives and things like that. Signals, train stops, cargo landing pad, and I think that, and we have some flare stacks as well, just in case. So I think that that is pretty much it. We also want one more cargo rocket silo, so let's get that delivered here. Because we are going to want to fill that up on the other side. And then same with these. Let's request like 4 of them. So we'll get those delivered so we can fill up liquid rocket fuel. And I think then that is it. We've got some centrifuges as well for this process here, turning the holmium chloride into the holmium powder. And we only needed 3 of those, 3 centrifuges to do that. So that is all good. I'm going to then hook up some green wire, and we are going to get ready to do some logic over here. So we're going to grab an arithmetic combinator, and we are going to hook up green wire from our roboport to here, and then here to here. And this is going to be reading holmium plates for us. So we're just going to do holmium plates times 1. We're not changing the value at all. We're just literally narrowing down the amount of output. As you can see, there's a ton of input, and this just makes it very clean for us to read the value on the other side. And we'll change the channel to be novice to Keone Holmium. Okay, and then we'll do the same here. This is actually going to be Keone to novice holmium. And we are going to hook this up to this pole here, which will then start working with all of our circuits correctly. That has to do with all of our launch triggers and everything. And I literally just copied this setup from one of our other rockets. It's the exact same setup. So we should be good there. And I think that that looks good. We are going to be landing on the landing pad over there. So I think that we'll be all set. The only thing is that if we go over to Keone, it's going to start like filling up the rocket silo, and I really don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to turn not these off. I'm going to turn these off here. That way we can grab everything that we want out of the landing pad and move it. And I think that we will probably end up setting up shop. Well, we can set up shop a couple different places. Maybe we'll set up shop right over here, because we'll be able to take sand for all the things that we need. And speaking of setting up shop over there, the only thing that I can tell that we're missing just from looking at that map view is probably like 40 cliff explosives, because there are quite a few cliffs there actually, and so we're gonna have to deal with those, and we only have 22, but that should be fine, I guess. We'll make it work for sure. We can play around the cliffs for the most part, but But I think that that is good, and I'm just trying to think, is there anything else? Oh yeah, we actually need all of the items for our or not our solar, I was about to say solar, our nuclear build, which means that we need some stuff for all of that. So let's grab that really quickly here. So that's going to be, how much heat pipe do we need? We need 109. Okay, I grabbed too much. That's fine. And then we needed 100. Again, let's take a look here. This was going to be 120 of these, so that's 10. So one row is 100. That's 100, and then 2 more stacks. That's 120. And then we need 48 of these, so we'll grab this, put 2 back. All right, 48. Yep, 48. And we are going to need more pipes. Let's grab pipes. And looks like we're either running low on iron or we're using it all. Which, it's okay if we're using it all. This looks a bit strange here. Oh, because... Okay, so it is getting output, but then it's having to split half and half here, and then it's, again, splitting, like, half and a full, so it's getting... this does look a little bit weird to me, but that's okay. Hopefully we have enough stuff. How much pipe do we have? We have a decent amount of pipe, so it should be good. And do we have any iron? Yeah, we have a little bit of iron just in case. Grab a little bit more. I just always want to be sure that, you know, we're not running out of iron or, you know, easy things like that. Okay, so put all those in here. All these. Put these in here. All right, and I think that is everything. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. So that means that, and I have a rocket silo. Okay, just want to make sure, so we should be able to build a rocket on the other side, to come back, and again, just checking, making sure everything looks good. I think it does. This is getting input from here, this is getting input from here. All right, yep, we are looking good here for a rocket launch. Over to Keone, and we're not going to automate this just yet. We need to set up our system before we do anything like that. So we're going to jump in here, and we are going to head over to Keone. Let's go. All right. And hopefully we'll have a safe landing. I would be really upset if we crashed. Okay, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Got a safe landing. Okay, and the reason I did that, again, was because I didn't want it to take anything from here before we are ready. And there's a ton of extra rocket parts over here that I forgot about from when this thing crashed before, so... Not really going to pick this stuff up, I don't think, right now, but we do have, at some point, we can clean that up and we'll have a lot of extra stuff. How's this doing on number? Oh, we got so much left over here still. Perfect. All right, so let us grab, what's the first step in the process? Pulverizing. All right, so let's start with our pulverizers. Let's grab those. And grab our belts, grab these, and couple stacks of these, I guess. And what else can we grab? I guess we can start work on the... Well, actually, you know what we can do? Hold on. Before we do that, we will do that here momentarily. I really just want to build this this nuclear reactor setup really quickly because we would like to get that working ASAP. And we're going to need, how many of these? 2, 3, we need 4, okay. And we don't have any bots over here. So we're going to have to do everything, via belt, even for this, which is a little bit unfortunate. So the question then is, where the heck are we going to build this giant reactor setup? And the answer is, I really don't know the answer to that. We could build it up here. It would take quite a bit of pipe to get the water up here, because we do need water. But it is possible that we do it right here. Yeah, I kind of like it right here, and the reason for that is it should be pretty easy to get pipes up here, because this is our only water source, so we need to use it wisely. So let's plop this down here, and we are going to need some of those cliff explosives. But our bots can start laying this stuff down, and of course I forgot the reactors. Okay, well, we'll have to come back. I mean, it's not the end of the world by any means, but I did forget, like, the most important part of, like, the whole setup, you know? So that's a pretty normal thing, I guess, is to forget things, and, you know, I could go back and just pretend like I didn't forget it, but, you know, it's part of the game is just making mistakes like that and having to figure out what to do about it. And in this case, I will probably just make a trip back at some point, because are we literally, how are we missing, how? Tell me how. Maybe we put a couple down over here that we weren't supposed to? No, there's no way. I grabbed 120 of these. Did we, like, put them down somewhere? I don't know. That's 120, and I know I grabbed 120, so why are we missing 3? And some pipe. Alright, so the pipe part, we can just grab the pipes that are in here, that's fine. But I don't know what happened to the other turbines that I know I had. Okay. Alright, well, we're gonna steal... Actually, I feel pretty bad stealing from here right now because this is all we got. So, and plus it doesn't matter because we need some reactors anyways. And I would like to put some roboports down actually because these use provider chests and not belts and... Alright, so we need... Okay, so, you know, we forgot a few things. That's alright, that's not the end of the world. But we know what we need in the future, and so we'll figure that out here shortly. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up the landing pad for our Holmium, and it's going to go right over here. And so we're going to transfer all of the rocket parts and all of the rocket fuel over there to pretend like we just did a brand new launch and we were just coming in. So this is going to be able to do the whole process of actually building the rocket from this landing pad rather than from this landing pad. So I hope that makes sense. You know, I always want to make sure that the automation that I set up is actually going to work when the rocket comes in for the first time. And look at that, we're getting a ton of rocket parts out. How many do we end up with here? 110, so we ended up with 10 extra pieces, which is awesome. I'm loving to see that. And then I guess I forgot to set up a landing pad back on Novice, but we'll figure that out here shortly. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. Actually, I can probably do it via bots. So I think we can grab then. Well, there's a bunch of stuff in here. All right, so then the other landing pad is going to go right over here. There we go. And let us put down these things again. So these both were rocket fuel. Rocket fuel, there we go. And then this one was rocket pieces, rocket parts, whatever, rocket sections, and this one was capsule, which is over here. There we go. No, come back here. Do not want to put that in here. Want to put that capsule over here. Okay, capsule. And then over here, we want to do... oh, and I forgot signal senders, too, which I needed to have. Both for delivery cannon chests as well as all of the items that I'm about to export. Okay, so we definitely forgot a few things. That's fine. It's fine. All right, so this is going to be rocket fuel. rocket fuel, there we go. And then right over here, again, we're gonna have space capsule output, and we're gonna have rocket section output. And then I do need belts now, so let's grab belts. There we go, lots of belts. And we can do these right over here. And then this one is just always going to insert here, and then this one, we are going to, there's my assemblers. All right, so this one's gonna go right here. This is gonna be, we're gonna do like this. So this is gonna do like this, and we're gonna say rocket sections are less than 100. Wait, whoops, I connected the wrong ones. It's all right. Not this one. We're gonna have this one here. All right, so it's gonna be connected up like this. Okay, so this one here is gonna be rocket sections less than 100, and we're gonna override the stack size to 1, just so that we never put too many in, basically. And this one's gonna be greater than or equal to 100. And this is gonna be packing rocket sections. There we go. Okay, and then we can power all of this. There we are. And finally, we can do this right over here. Just like this. And we'll hook that up. And then we can just turn this around. These we will output onto belts that then run into one another and come down here. And then I can also grab modules. There we go. And apparently these are not, oh, these are level 1 modules, not level 2s. Okay, so we can make this all prod, and then we can do this and this. And then we can hook that up, and so we can do liquid rocket fuel. This is not going to Keon orbit. This is going to go back to Novice. There we go. And we are going to go to the, we're not going to go to the general vicinity. We are going to set up a landing pad, but we're not leaving yet anyways. So no need to worry about that. So this looks like it will be working correctly. And again, I cannot unfortunately set up a sender receiver with this because of course I forgot them. Whoops. But we will be ready to do that. We'll set up some circuits here that will be ready to send whenever we do get back over here. And then we will finally be able to start work on our actual build. So we need, first of all, to do, as I said, pulverizers. And the question is, again, where are we going to set this up? I think we'll start just with this build, honestly. All right, so we're gonna turn our belts here, and of course I'm all full up. Let's drop off a few of these belts just so I have some inventory space. And first we are going to want to empty this warehouse of our 10,000 Holmonite, which really is not even that much. But okay, so let's set up a pulverizing section over here. And is there an output besides the crushed stuff? There's always an output, huh? All right, so we got stone coming out as well, which I love dealing with. But okay, so okay, these can't go like this. It's gotta be 3 apart, and then we can also put a beacon in the middle. And these will do crushed Holmonite. This will be like this. All right. Okay, so then again, we have stone coming out here. So I think that we can do something similar to what we've done in the past, which is do an underground like this. And then we can rotate this around and do that. So then this is hitting all 4 of these, and then we need to have output probably in the middle. How much is this output? 1. Yeah, so I think it makes sense to have 1 belt for each of them, and then since they output fewer materials than they input, then that output can go in the middle. And then of course this is going to be stone, so let's do that. Stone, 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 and of course once again we are going to have to ship stone out of here, which kind of is unfortunate, but I think it's necessary and probably what we're going to end up having to do anyways. And then here, this is going to be Holmonite, or crushed Holmonite. Yeah, crushed Holmonite coming out. There we go, and do that, and then we can put down 2 more. Paste that, and then last but not least, we can have a substation here that can power all of it. And then we can copy this, and how many pulverizers do we need? 11 machines. Okay. So this is gonna be, oh wait, actually, hold on one sec. Hold up. We need to do belts on the outside. So let's do that. And then we can do some stack inserters coming in. Alright, there we go. And then again, more stack inserters. And let's actually line these up in the middle just to make it look nice. And I think that that looks good. Okay, so that is 4. This is gonna be 8. And then we just need 3 more. So I guess let's just put down 12. I think it'll look best, and we might have a little bit extra, but that's okay. And then we just need to hook up these belts here in the middle, like so. And then of course we need to output the stone over here. So I think that's okay if we join up all these belts together. Actually, let's make this go out 1 more belt so we can do a splitter to join them. There we go. And we'll do the same thing over here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, there we go. And check that out. It's maybe a little bit close. Like if we have, and we should have some loaders over here. Not here. Over in our other. Yes, we do have some loaders. Still a bunch of stuff in here that we do need to get rid of. Okay, so this, I'm a bit worried. Can we connect up? We cannot connect this. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right. So then we also want to make sure that we're going to be inserting properly. So if we come over here, actually, you know what? I think an easier one is probably over here. Here we go. Okay, so this is exactly what we want. So these basically are going to be deciding when to insert things. And if we hook up, it's hard to see with them flashing, so let's hook up some power here. Okay, so, and again, I can't see what's going on. Okay, here we go. So we need a red coming in here, it looks like. Yes, okay. And then coming out of here, we'll have this. And this will say if black is equal to 1. Black is equal to 1. Oops. I guess equal to 1? Yeah. Just making sure. Okay. There we go. If black is equal to 1, then we'll continue doing this, and we're going to give this a little bit of extra room. We're going to give 6 total slots to give just some leeway. And then last but not least, we can hook up power here. So that's all ready to go. And then I'm going to work on turning these belts around so that we can start processing from here. And then I will be right back from that. Alright, so I've got them turned around now. So they're going to be going the opposite direction. So we'll hook these up, and again, we'll just use these until the warehouse runs out, and then we'll switch it back over to, whoops. We'll switch it back over to our regular bit of Holmonite from our miners over here. And let's just toss this stuff in here. There we go. Alright. So we've got all of our pulverizers working, and we've got our first step done. So then our next step is, let's see. So we need to do the Holmium chloride. Yeah, that's what's next. So that takes the anion exchange beads and the hydrogen chloride. And I still am not sure if I wanted to do the hydrogen chloride here or back on Novice. I think back on Novice, honestly. Yeah, so what we're going to do, since I did forget signal receivers and transmitters, so we can't exactly set these up super correctly. We're going to have to set up the buildings, and then from there, we will, we'll set up in order to, in the future, be doing it very easily. But it's not going to be perfect right now, that's for sure. Okay, cargo landing pad. I guess I have an extra cargo landing pad. I don't know what I'm doing. Before I forget, though, let's go back to Novice, and we're going to set up a cargo landing pad here for this. And I think that we can actually set it up right over here, honestly. Like, we don't need to leave too much more room. In fact, we could even kind of set it up really closely. I think that would be kind of cool. Because I don't think that there's going to be any change to what's going on over here at the moment. Or even the foreseeable future. And if for some reason we really need to start outputting more things from here, we can just output it on this side. Okay, so there's our landing pad. Thank you, bots, for building that. I appreciate it. And this is going to be Holmium ingot landing pad. Okay. So that is all good. And so we'll be good there. And let's just change this before I forget as well. So this is going to go to Holmium ingot landing pad. And we've already got some stone coming in here. And looks good. Okay, so that is our first step completely done. And now let's start working on the second step, which is all these chemical plants. This part is going to be, honestly, I think the hardest part, because there's so many inputs and outputs. Where are we at? Where are we at? Here we go. Okay, so we have we have 2 inputs plus a fluid input, and then 3 outputs plus a fluid output. That's so insane. So obviously we're gonna have to do this, and then we're gonna also have to do this. So this is the first thing that we have to do, and then this, we have 2 inputs. So this is gonna have to be like this. So I think that we can do this, and then we can have a belt running like this. Oh, I guess they need to be flipped around. Whoops. We'll have a belt running like this, and a belt running like this. So that way, that's 2 inputs. Or we could even do this. We could have one. No, we can't really have an output here because actually, yeah, maybe we could actually. We can do a fast inserter out like this. I'm just trying to figure out how we could actually do this. So we could have this would insert onto the far side of the belt, and then we could also have like a belt like this doing the close side. And then over here, I'm just trying to figure out exactly how this would work. So again, we have to do anion exchange beads in and out. We need to do crushed holmonite in and out. In and out. And then we need to do, basically they're gonna have to loop back into themselves again. So this is not how this setup is exactly going to be, but let's say for instance, right, we have a splitter here. And let's say we have a belt that is coming in like this, I guess, right? So we're gonna have a belt here, and we're gonna have to split like crushed holmanite and anion-ion exchange beads. So let's put like a delivery cannon chest here for those. Okay, so these would be the anion-ion exchange beads coming in, and then we would have like the crushed holmanite coming in over here. But then of course it has to like loop back into itself, right? So we could have that happen over here, and then have an input priority on this side so that whatever's coming back in loops back into itself. The problem is that, oh wait, that's not gonna work. Wait, yeah, it would, yeah. So this is obviously grabbing the beads and the holmanite coming in. This is gonna be, we don't have too many filter inserters. I might have to grab more of those, unfortunately. So just have to add that to the list of things that we need to grab. But we could do here, we could do the actual holmium chloride out. And this one we could do the beads and the crushed holmanite out. Although realistically, I would like to do this like here as well, because it'd be like this, right? And then you'd have like another one of these over here, and then you'd have this. That way the holmanite and the beads would end up on both sides of the belt, because otherwise I think it would be a bit messy. And actually probably want this to actually end up on the correct side of the belt. So like this would only be the beads and this would only be the holmanite here. So holmanite would end up on the inside of the belt, beads would end up on the outside of the belt. And I think that that's what you want to do. Now the problem is also that we wanted to module this. And so this would actually kind of work right here. Right? So this is everything I think that we wanted. This is the holmium chloride coming out. And we only get that 25% of the time. It's so nuts. But I think that it would go like this. Like we would have it go every other outside, inside, just like so. And then this would, of course, continue. And then the only other thing that we would want to do, well, I don't think we can mirror this, unfortunately, with a blueprint. But we would copy basically this, and then, let's see, right here, it'd be like this, I think. And then we just have to do the exact same thing going the opposite direction, right? So we have belts, and then this is actually on this side, and coming this direction, and then we have this like this. Okay, and then, okay, this is coming together, So then this will be coming down here like this. I think we would have this over here as well, honestly. Like this. Then the only other thing that we have to figure out is how to do the crushed holmanite. Oh wait, that's not like that, just kidding. This comes right here to do splitter, input priority on this side, and then this is starting way too far back. But then we can start this here, have it come down like this. There we go. And I think that this hits all four, which is what we want. And then we just need the crushed holmanite to come down here, and I guess we'll have to split this. But I don't think that'll be an issue because we're going to have enough crushed holmanite like going back into the process that it shouldn't matter. So we'll have one go this way and one go this way. And it's actually lined up pretty nicely for that to work out. And then the last thing that we would have to do is just handle the anion-ion exchange beads coming in, which we can do in a little bit. That shouldn't be an issue. So then let's move this down here. Check it out. Okay, so we've got those coming in. We also do need to handle hydrogen chloride coming in. So we can do another receiver over here. And let's see, we would want to do an unbarreling system here. So this would unbarrel hydrogen chloride. And we need to do another one of these. Another one here. Okay, so that would unbarrel hydrogen chloride, and then we would need to ship the barrels out of here. So let's do that. So we can bring this over here. And we got a little bit of a ways to go down this way, but I think that we can just merge it in with the stone belt. I don't think it really matters. And the reason for that is the stone is literally just getting put on the rocket anyways, so shouldn't matter to join them in. Okay, so actually, you know what? I don't like this. Let's move this to the top side to match this side. And then what we can do is, instead of doing this weirdly, we can just have it come straight down. And I think that'll look a little bit nicer. Not everything in this game is about how it looks, but let's be honest, a lot of it is how it looks. Okay. It's much more satisfying when things look nice than when they don't. So we're going to need a ton of filter inserters when we come back. So that is step number 1. Oh, and then here also, we can just do... Well, let's leave it like this, and then we can hook it up correctly. I just wanted to copy this first before we hook it up, quote-unquote, correctly, because we want to get the blueprints looking good. Okay. And then, so that's... Jeez Louise, we needed 50 of these buildings? Yeah, 50, holy moly. So this is 8. And then if we copy this, this one here will be 16. Okay, that's 16 buildings. You're telling me we still have to do more. Okay, in the meantime, let's pick some more sciences. Okay, so I think that we can finish off these energy weapons damage we had started. We can do aeroframe poles. We can do... Man, these are expensive. Holy moly. We can do refined flammables. That's fine. Just increases damage. Let's see. What else can we even do that would be useful? That would be useful. That is an important point. A cryo gun would be kind of cool. Also, it's kind of expensive. We can do a microwave telescope, an X-ray telescope, a gravimetrics facility. Although this one's a little bit more expensive. Maybe we'll hold off on that and see if we can do another rocket reusability here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, this looks good. That'll be good for now. So the question now is, of course, if we have 16 buildings here, right? If we double this, we're going to end up with 32 buildings, and we still will have to do more buildings. That is so nuts. So I guess really the question is can we do we have to do a separate build to the side in order to support this? I'm not sure that these belts are even fast enough to do what we're wanting to do. I don't know. I think we need to give it a try at least, doing it all in a row. And then if it's not working, we can always move some buildings to the side, I think pretty easily overall. Oh, bots are honestly one of the most amazing things ever. Look at this. And besides one of the most amazing things ever, the other thing that is the most amazing thing ever is the copy paste button. Them adding that is honestly such an amazing design move. It's incredible. Okay, so, and of course I'm out of freaking rocket fuel, so I can't actually run anywhere. Did we end up with enough rocket fuel here? No. Okay. Well, good thing we have more rocket fuel over here. Oh, I think some actually got output over here. That's why. Okay. And let me grab 10 of that. And then, what else did I need to grab? I was gonna grab pretty much everything else. Gonna put those in here. I can't quite grab everything that I wanted to, but I needed some more belts. So let's get rid of stone. We can put stone in here. We can also put rails and stuff in here. That's fine. And then let's grab all this belt, just to help finish off our build down here. We were almost done. Just had a little bit more to do. Okay, so that is now how many buildings exactly? 32. So we needed 18 more still. Okay, so this is 16 more, right? 8, 6, yeah, this is 16 more. I think what we're gonna do is we are going to put it on the end. Yeah, we are gonna put it on the end. However, that being said, we will have to make these belts on the sides. Blue belts, I think, and also probably the inside belts. Simply because I don't think that 30 items per second is fast enough. Check it out, though. We only have about 1 million filter inserters that we need to add, but that's okay. And, ooh, looks like I forgot a few belts in here for the holmium chloride actual output. So let's add those belts in here. That would be... What am I doing? This doesn't look right. That's correct. This is correct. Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong side. We need to do the outer side, if that makes sense. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, I think that is everything then. Whew. Okay, so that is a ton of belt, a ton of machines, and in fact, I think that we're actually technically still two machines short, but so if we come back here, we can add this to do 2 more machines and 1 more of these, and I think that that is everything. So then we'll have coming out down here holmium chloride. And let's line these up actually. Whoops. And there's not an exact middle, but that's pretty close. Actually, no, that is an exact middle, just kidding. Alright, so that's holmium chloride out. And that is a ton of buildings, holy moly. Alright, so that's pretty nuts. But I am thinking that maybe I should run back to novice now. No, you know what? Let's set up the rest of the buildings. I think we have the buildings, and we might as well use everything that we possibly can before we head out. So I have industrial furnaces here. We're gonna have to do pyroflux in as well. Is that what's next? Or no? What's next? We go from this. Oh, we go to holmium powder next. So this is 1,500 items a minute. And that's still less than a full red belt a minute. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Alright. We're getting kind of far away from our rocket silo here. So I think that what we can do is our next build can start heading back the opposite direction. So we're gonna do, is it really just three centrifuges? Okay, 3 centrifuges doing this. I thought I literally just picked them up. Did I put them back? I probably put them back for no reason. Let's come find them. Oh, maybe I left them over here. I left them over here. Okay, there we go. I knew that I had some. Also, I'm going to run out of rocket fuel at some point. Oh no, I got 7 left. I got 7 left. I just don't want to run around on the snow too much. It's so slow. Okay, so 3 centrifuges. That'll be very, very simple. Again, this is only, it's not even a whole red belt coming out. So what we can do is actually just have 1, 2, 3. And coming like this. And then we can do stack inserters in. Let's move it up 1 so that it can go straight. There we go. These are going to do holmium powder. We are going to productivity them. We are going to speed them up like so. There we go. And then we're going to do out, and we'll put 1 on the near side. Actually, the way that we'll do this correctly is we'll have 1 on the near side here, 1 on the near side here, and here. That way it'll split it correctly. That is holmium powder out. Oh shoot, we need copper cable. Of course I didn't think of that. Copper cable. I think it's gonna have to be like this. I'm out of long-handed inserters, I guess. So it's gonna be in, and there's gonna be a belt running along here. And that belt is gonna be coming from right over here. And we'll have yet another delivery cannon chest. This is gonna be doing copper cables. Oops, copper cables, there we go. There we go. And stack inserter out and out. Like this, like this. And then we'll do the chest right over here. Oh boy. Alright, that's gonna do copper cable into there. Or copper plate into there, rather. There we go. Okay, so I think that is almost everything then. So that's... Okay. So we are going to need some more long-handed inserters, that's fine. And then from there, we do molten holmium. And that is going to be 15 industrial furnaces. Okay, so we'll do 16 probably to make it an even number so we can have industrial furnaces split evenly on the sides. Okay, so then we can actually put these builds pretty close to one another. Let's leave a little bit of room on the, although this is molten, so it shouldn't matter. So let's actually do this. So let's come down the center. So this is, when I say it doesn't matter, I mean that, I just mean that there's not going to be another solid output that we have to worry about. We only have to worry about the liquid output. Okay, so here we go. And then let us do it like this. So we're going to have like this, here. And then this will be, we'll do the pyroflux like this. We're out of underground pipes now, so that's unfortunate. This is more productivity modules, and then we can fit in a beacon here for our buildings. And then, how do we want to do this? This is going to come out here to another unbarreling system from Pyroflux that we're going to have to ship in. So this is going to be emptying Pyroflux barrels into here. And we probably should go 1 square back, so that way we can put a regular pipe here. let's get rid of this stuff. And then we're gonna copy this, put it here, and then we are going to have undergrounds coming through here. Okay, and then, oh, this needs to move up one. There we go. The reason for that is we need to do inserters here and here and here and here. Okay, and then last but not least, we are gonna do like this. Okay, so that's 4 buildings. So we need to do this, how many times? So this is 4, this is 8. I feel like I'm doing this inefficiently, but I'm not sure. 8, and then we'll do one more like this, and that is 16 buildings. Whew, okay, so much infrastructure for all of these builds that I've been doing. It's kind of crazy, honestly. And then, of course, we do need to power it, which I did not do. But we can fit substations in here, and they power everything very nicely, which I'm quite happy about, actually. There we go. So that should be everything. How are we doing on power? We're doing good, but we're missing a ton of items here. A bunch of underground pipes. And then coming out here, we'll have, finally, at last, molten copper. Or not copper, I'm sorry, molten holmium, which will then have one last step before we start loading up, which is we need to do casting machines, 14 of them with sand, and that means we need to get sand over here. But let's see, so if we have a belt coming down the middle, this will be molten holmium out, I guess. Holmium ingots, I mean. This will come like this. And then we need to have belts on the outside for sand coming in. Then we need to have... Oh, shoot. Okay, this is going to be maybe a little bit tricky, because we need to have beacons as well. So this needed, we needed 14 of them. So this is 6, 7. We might have to split these up though, in order to fit a beacon in. Yeah, because some of these can't do outputting. So let's do it like this. If we do a beacon right here, just trying to find the most efficient way to place this, right? Okay, so this is fine. This is not fine, nor is this. So we have to do it like this. So that one beacon can hit these 8, and then we need to copy this and paste it down here. That's too many casting machines. That was 16 casting machines. We only need 13, but I think that I think it'll be okay. Okay, and then we just need to copy the recipe over. We need to connect the pipes up. Jeez Louise, okay, and then we need to have a belt coming down the middle that has all the ingots on it. So we'll do that. So belt here, belt here. Okay. And then we can do just regular inserters out. Goodness sakes. So many things, honestly. It's kind of crazy when you start doing these builds, how much stuff you need. And then we can power all this stuff up. Check it out. Okay. And then last but not least, we do need to do sand in. So sand, sand, and then we don't need that many. Whoops, what am I doing? Sand, sand, sand. Okay, that's sand for all of these. And then right over here, we can do more power poles. And then we just need to hook up sand to this. And then this is the ingots out, which is what we actually need to put into the rocket silo. So let's run this down, and then we'll bring some sand over. This ended up being a much longer process than I was expecting, to be quite honest. Okay, and then we have a belt here going in, and then we have that hooked up there. There we go. Okay, so let's put all this stuff in here. I think that is everything that we need to set up, at least. Oh yeah, and we were gonna grab sand, duh. The question is, from where? Yeah. So we're gonna run this. How are we gonna do this? We can like run it down right here. Okay. Just checking. And then this is gonna filter to sand. Don't want anything else. Okay. Okay, where are we gonna do this again? Okay, I think that's fine. Just making sure that I can line it up correctly with where we want to go. Can this reach? Dang it, it cannot reach. Okay. Can this reach? Yes, okay. I thought it could reach, but it didn't reach with the inserter and box there. Alright, so it's a little bit messy in here, but it's fine. We just needed to get sand down here somehow. And that sand should be absolutely plenty for what we're wanting to do. So we're coming up here with sand. Oh my gosh, and I lined it up exactly perfectly, which I totally meant to do. And you know what we can do is we can do some undergrounds here to grab some belt back. Just to finish this build off. There we go. That is the build, completely finished. We just have a bunch of items left, and we have to finish setting up the boxes and things like that. So, we are going to have to head back to Novice now to get all of the rest of materials for the builds. And I don't know what happened to like these heat exchangers. I know I brought enough heat exchangers, and I know I brought enough turbines. So I don't know what happened to all of those, because they're not in here, and they're not in here, and they're not in my inventory. So I'm a bit confused what happened to my heat exchangers. But in any case, we are going to head back to Novice, and we're going to go grab all those items so we can finish up this build. Okay, so we're back on Novice. Let's quickly set this up just so that we are sure that we're doing the correct things. Oh, and I didn't even handle the output of the of the dirty Holmium water, which is another thing that we're gonna have to handle. But I think it's fine because I didn't remember to bring any filtration plants anyways. Whatever. Okay. There's just so many things, honestly, that to think about that I just keep forgetting about all the things. Let's quickly handle the output here. So we're gonna have, let's make a active provider warehouse. And then this warehouse is gonna go right here. There we go. I don't think it's gonna be handling sand, but it will be handling, oh, we can move that over. What the hitboxes on these warehouses are so weird. Okay, so this is gonna be stone. We'll do most of these stone. This one will do rocket sections, packed rocket sections, and space capsule. So let's do that here. And then, doesn't look like we can fit another warehouse in here. However, well, actually, you know what? We totally can. We can do a warehouse, yeah, that's fine. We just gotta move this a little bit. And we'll be able to fit one right here. Okay, there we go. And we can even do some shenanigans like this. These are all going to do... What the frig is this? Oh, cool. I was like, I saw that there was something in there still, which I didn't think there should be. Okay, this is gonna do holmium ingots. There we go. And we'll fill this up with holmium ingots, which is totally fine. Okay, and then from there, last but not least, we are going to do, I think it was 2 buildings? Oh, 1 building. 1 building. Now we'll do 2, because when they come back, it's going to be all ingots. We're going to have to do a ton of processing. So we'll do 2 buildings, and beaconed and moduled and everything. Let's put this right next to it, since we can. Let's see, stack inserters out and in, and this is going to be doing holmium plates from holmium ingots. There we go. Finally, that is all of the buildings, I think, that we needed for that. Now, of course, I did forget to do the filtration of the dirty holmium water, which is going to give us more anion exchange beads and more crushed holmonite. So that's going to be fun. But we do need to set up a couple delivery cannons. Now, where the heck are we going to do this? Because I mean, maybe we can do it right over here. I mean, why not? Are these going to be in the way of things? I don't think so. How many do we need? If we come back over here, we needed 1, 2, 3, 4, which I didn't put a chest down. 4, 5. Let's just put a chest down right over here, just so I can line it up correctly. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did we need one more? I don't think so. 5? These, holy moly, that's expensive power-wise, but I think it's fine. We might have to make some more explosive creation here. But in any case, okay, so we need 1 doing pyroflux barrels, 1 doing how does this work again? Okay. 1 doing pyroflux barrels, 1 doing anion exchange beads, 1 doing or another 1 doing anion exchange beads, 1 doing copper plates, and 1 doing hydrochloric acid. Can we even do that? Or hydrogen chloride, right? Right? The hydrogen chloride is the one with. If we come back over here, what is this? I always get them mixed up. This should be hydrogen chloride. Okay, good. Okay, hydrogen chloride. There we go. And if we do inserter, power all these. Okay, so then we need to actually finish these off. So we have pyroflux barrels. This one is gonna go back. Can I change this to Keon here? Okay, so this one was the pyroflux barrels. So this is gonna come right here. This one is also going to go to Keon. And this one is going to come to the left one, let's say. And then this one is going to come to also Keon. It's going to be the right one. This is Keone, and we're gonna have to set up frickin' signal receivers for these as well. This is out here. Then this, finally, last but not least, Keone, and it's gonna come right over here. Here. There we go. Okay. Then we do need to set up signal receivers for these, as I said. So let's do that. So we can do one signal receiver for 3 and one for the other 2. Because we do need to separate the 2 anion exchange beads. Unless we do them to the same chest. Yeah, let's do them to the same chest, actually. And then we'll just have to do the belts something like... We'll have to do a belt through here. So let's actually get rid of this. Okay. The reason for that is, number 1, it's going to save us power here, but number 2, then we can do all these on one signal receiver. And unfortunately that messes up our build. So we're going to just cut these and paste them down here, because I like how that looks better. There we go. And this should be doing copper. Now, is this still set correctly? It does look like it's still set correctly, which is cool. Okay, so that's everything. Let's hook these up to these inserters up to here, and we'll have to figure out the conditions. Actually, we can do the conditions now. Pyroflux barrels less than 200. This one is going to be ion exchange beads, which are over here, less than 3,000, 1,000, I don't know. Might have to do a little bit more than that. This one, copper plates are less than 100. I don't want to send too many copper plates. And this one is going to be hydrogen chloride barrels are less than 200. Okay. Perfect. So that's that. Now, we do need to do a couple other things, which I think we're going to have to finish off in the next episode, because this one's already been quite long. But we're going to have to finish off by making anion exchange beads. We are going to have to make hydrogen chloride barrels. And then we also do need to expand hydrogen chloride production in general to accommodate this build. And then we'll have to, after we do that, we'll have to head back over to the other planet to set everything up to get it all working correctly. But I think that is going to have to be it for today, guys. It has been quite a long episode, as I said. But we've got a ton of infrastructure put up, which is super awesome. I'm super excited about getting Holmium done so that we can get to doing some energy sciences and things like that. But that is going to have to end the episode today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could leave a like and or subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out. And I'll see you all on the next episode.